Hi guys, I hope you're all well. So over the past few years, I've painted hundreds of miniatures, and obviously my level is definitely very much tabletop ready sort of level painting, and I'm happy with that because obviously I enjoy playing with the miniatures when I've painted them. So getting to tabletop ready is definitely good enough for me. And obviously, as you can see, yeah, absolutely hundreds of these. I've got quite a few boxes now with a whole variety of miniatures for a whole range of games. And obviously, to get them sort of tabletop ready in a nice, fast manner, yeah, I use the good old slapchop technique. So, priming the miniatures in black, dry brushing with white, and then using these lovely things, dipping inks from GreenStuffWorld. And also, you can see these come in larger bottles, but the price is really good. It's about the same price as small bottles from other companies. But obviously, you want to go a stage further than just doing the slap chop. Yeah, you can use Green Stuff World's acrylic range of colours to do, well, all that sort of edge highlighting, feathering, and all that other kind of stuff that, I don't do. But Green Stuff World have just brought out a new range of paints to make, well, painting a whole lot easier. And it's all these patinas. So this is my first time using all these paints. So, well, you see the results at the end, guys, but I'm pretty impressed for a first time use of these. Obviously, the more you use things like this, the better you will definitely get. So obviously, these types of paint are more suitable for, well, terrain pieces, obviously, rather than your little miniatures. So that's why I printed out these statues. Obviously, this will work well for walls as well, and floors and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I thought I would have a go with some statues because obviously I like the idea of the verdigris and the turquoise oxide, as I do like painting things in, well, a copper bronze sort of look. So I primed them all. Obviously, these are going to be a little bit different. So I've got a silver one, a couple of primed in black, and a few primed in just grey. And as always, I've used a good old Colour Forge sort of primers for this. Obviously, guys, all links down below to where you can find out more information about this. So especially these patinas from Green Stuff World, as these have only just released. And I've been fortunate enough to obviously get my hands on some ahead of the release date, which I believe was, well, a few days ago. So the first thing I need to do is these ones that are primed in black. These are going to be made to look like, well, bronze or copper sort of statues. So again, obviously priming in black, doing a bit of dry brushing with the copper, because I think this gives it a nice sort of more aged look, which is what I normally go for. Again, my style of painting, obviously we're all different here. My style of painting is very dark, much grim dark, making things look very worn, used, and yeah, look like they've been there for hundreds of years. So I always find that doing the priming in black and then dry brushing with your copper, bronze, whatever color you're going to do, definitely gives it a good look. So instructions are on the back. There's only a few there. Obviously, it's in a variety of languages. Literally, it says that this is well, you paint it all on, and then it reacts again to water. So again, it's the first time I've used this. I've not watched any tutorials myself. I've just gone straight in, and I thought, well, because this can be reactivated, I thought the best thing for me to do would just be to cover the whole miniature with this paint, and then I can have a little mess about and see what I can do. So that's exactly what I've done. Obviously, it does look a bit of well, a dog's dinner there, but again, this is where sometimes you have to trust the process, go with it, and then see where it leads you. Yeah, the process. Sometimes the process is a difficult bit to do because you look at something and you think, I've made a mess of this. This isn't going to look good. And then you stop. Don't stop. Just keep going. Persevere, and things will get better. Trust me. I say, guys, stick around to the end because I am very pleased with how these have come out. Again, for my first time. So yeah, they will get better. The more you sort of practice and mess about with this, as I say, yeah, we have all got different painting styles. So what I do and how these come out at the end and I like, you might not. But say great paints to use to get great effects. It's just down to you to, well, achieve the effects that most suit you and, well, what you're going for, really. So again, I've done the same sort of thing with, well, with all the paints, really. I really have just slapped it on all over. Again, if I could have, I probably would have watched the video to see how this was done. But then sometimes it is more fun, and you can have happy little accidents when you try out things for yourself. So yeah, I just went ahead and did the same. Obviously, excuse the state of my fingers. Obviously, this stuff, it does go on your fingers. But the good thing is, yeah, it comes off. Because obviously it is, well, it does react with water, so it comes off really easy. Even though my hands do get into a bit of a state, because obviously I've just say again I've just honestly slapped this on, given no real thought other than making sure that the whole of the miniature is covered in each of these different patinas. So say yeah, so you get 6 there, which is pretty cool. Definitely a good range. The ones I probably would use most, I guess, are maybe the turquoise oxide, because I do like making the copper things, and the rust look, which is obviously this one here. Um, Again, I love it. I love how it's come out straight away. So there's a good variety of sort of browns in there and oranges to make it look rusty. Even for me, this possibly is too rusty. Plus, obviously, I wanted to see just how it sort of reactivates when you put water on. And obviously, it reactivates straight away. So with these kind of miniatures, you would obviously need to prime them with some sort of varnish afterwards. Otherwise, well, if you get wet fingers or you drop it into your tea, yeah, it is going to obviously reactivate. So the thing here, or my thought process, was obviously I want most of the rust to be in the nooks and crannies. So using the brush, I'm kind of trying to go over the flatter areas to reactivate the paint, just so hopefully then it will then sort of seep more into the nooks and crannies, leaving the flatter areas, well, less rusty, I guess is what I'm sort of trying to say, even though words are escaping my brain sometimes. Yeah, this YouTube malarkey, it's not as easy as it looks. Not that I make anything look easy. But yeah, so definitely reactivates really, really well. So this one, again, I love how this is dried. But for the purposes of obviously messing about, trying things out, I am going to obviously reactivate all of them. But again, guys, stick around because obviously I stop using the brush soon to use something else, which, well, in my eyes, is far better at getting the kind of desired results. But say, so the first few I was using, yeah, I was using just a bit of water and one of my little dry brushes, but obviously it's not a dry brush because it's as wet as anything. And then yeah, say definitely going over the flatter areas. But the results, yeah, I love it. Again, I like things that are simple, quick, and easy. And these new patina paints or water soluble patina paints from GreenStuffWorld certainly are that. Give great results. Definitely the results say that I'm after, and absolutely love it. So obviously you've got this one, Filthy Dirt. And as you can see, you can't even tell what colour this was meant to be underneath because I really have to slap this stuff on so much, so thick. So it is a case of, say, I was trying to sort of obviously get it watered to reactivate it, to then try and sort of show what colour it was underneath. It's all well and good, obviously chucking the dirt on, but if it looks too dirty, I think you kind of lose the illusion, well, and certainly the colour of what it was prior to put this stuff on, because obviously now it just looks like it's yellow, which, well, it wasn't yellow. It was a kind of a, well, it was oh, grey. It's too early in the morning for this stuff. Yes, it was kind of obviously a light grey underneath, but you can't see that with the water. So then I had a cunning idea. I got wet wipes. Obviously, my desk gets messy, so I need to clean it up, and my brushes. So I thought I'd wipe bits down. And yes, this is an absolute winner. So yeah, in my opinion, ditch the brush, use wet wipes, because obviously this will then get, you better wipe over the flatter edges. This obviously won't go into any nooks and crannies and leave all that lovely dark stuff in there. And yeah, using the wipe, it took obviously seconds to wipe it down. As you can see though, we can now see the original color. So we can see that sort of stone look is what I was obviously going for. But yeah, the dark bits in the recesses. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll be able to come back to that and see exactly how that looks. And it's again same with the soot. As you can see, yeah, I completely covered this thing. So yeah, ditching the brush again. I am using the wet wipe, and yeah, if anything, it reactivates even quicker and faster using the wet wipe rather than the water on the brush. And again, love it. Absolutely. This is when I was starting to think, yes, this is awesome. I will be using this stuff more in, well, let's say terrain pieces that I sort of build or print or make or whatever. But yeah, the results again, quick, simple, easy. That is my jam. That is what I like, which is why I love obviously slapchop painting using the dipping inks from GreenStuffWorld. Just makes things so easy, so quick, but tabletop ready. Again, if you want to sort of spend hours doing something, great, spend hours doing something. This is a hobby. It's meant to be fun. and we're all individual, we're all different, we all have different likes and wants. So it is a case of you do you, I'll do me. Uh, but yeah, slapping this stuff on, using the wet wipe to sort of wipe bits off, and get the desired effect, which I love. I absolutely love how this come out. Yeah, my fingers are still dirty because obviously I did this all in one sort of sitting, but then say it comes off really easy afterwards. So yeah, love the results. Again, this is one obviously I'd use quite a bit, the yellow oxide for rust sort of effects, because obviously a lot of the terrain I make is it's a lot of sci-fi stuff for Kill Team and all the rest of it. So that is definitely one I would use a lot. But I do love copper. I do love sort of bronze look, and definitely making that aged as well is just an absolute winner. And I say this honestly, guys, this took sort of moments, seconds, minutes, not long at all. Just slap the stuff on, let it dry. Doesn't take long drying. Obviously, I've literally gone along the line, painted all six. By the time I got to the last one, I then went back to the first one. It was completely dry. And then, yeah, I could do the old, say, originally or initially using the brush on water, but then finding the wet wipe. For me, definitely gives quicker and easier results. And love it. So this one, yeah, I love all the darkness, the dirt that's in there. And yeah, so each one lives up to its name, filthy dirt. The black soot, yeah, I mean, this could be again sort of filthy dirt, but it has obviously a different sort of look to it. But again, love how that's come out. Definitely, and obviously, say the recesses, that's where you want all the dirt and grime and everything to be sort of collected. And then the last one here, the moss. Yeah, this one again, love how this has come out. Wet wipe, yeah, perfect. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So guys, check out all the links down below where you can find out more information about these water soluble patinas from Green Stuff World. So only just released. So yeah, the more that you use this kind of thing, the easier, better things are going to look. And yeah, first time out, I am very impressed with, well, both myself and the paints on how well they look. Okay, guys, big thank you, shout out to all my lovely patrons for helping sponsor the channel, because obviously without you guys, well, I wouldn't be able to do this. Well, I've been doing it for like 5 years now, which is absolutely awesome. So much appreciated. There are some more videos on the screen, guys. Give those a click, see more of what I do. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that fun stuff. You guys take care. Bye for now.